Hi guys, Matt here. Welcome to a little video just to get you guys to vote on a brand new series. I talked a little bit about some of the series, but not really in my St. Pauli episode yesterday, and I've been just reading through the comments on tonight's St. Pauli episode, which obviously I recorded yesterday. It's literally half time in the Southampton Man United game, so I thought I've been at work all day and I just really wanted to get this video done. That way you guys could be voting. Now, I'm going to just go through a couple of the series ideas, which are all going to be on the poll, which you will find in the description, so you guys can go and vote on the series that you want me to do. The series will be starting on Friday, I think, will be the introduction episode, because I'm still at work for the next couple of days, so I need to make sure that I actually have time to set it up and record it and get it all set nicely, basically. So we're just going to have a little look through. I have taken into account some of the series ideas that you guys said. There was a few that I hadn't really thought about, and giving it some thought, decided that, yeah, actually I would like to do something like that, so I've again included them in here. So what we're going to do is just go through them all one by one in no specific order, just in the order I've got them written down in my notepad file here that I'm currently looking at. And yeah, I'll just tell you a little bit about what I want to do for each of those series, and then you guys can, obviously if you've got any more ideas, feel free to drop them in the comments, because I'm always going to be happy to see those as well. And yeah, the voting for the new series will end probably sometime Thursday morning when I get up, basically. Might be a little late, it depends on how knackering I was from work on Wednesday. Right, let's get straight into it. So the first series idea is the worst team in the world club and country challenge, and basically what that is essentially the American Samoa series that I did on FM14. It wouldn't be with American Samoa, it would be with a different team. It was basically where I take charge of a club and a national team in a country that is, let's put it this way, footballing backwater kind of thing. So like, I did with literally one of the worst ranking teams in the world on FM14, which was American Samoa. Now, there is an extended database now out, which is stable from what I've read, and so I would be able to do that series. Now, as for what country, that is a whole new thing, and I'm not entirely sure which country I'd pick, but if you do want to choose, have me do a series like that, then feel free to drop in some ideas of what countries I could be, and I'd pick a club within those countries in the comments if that's the sort of series that you are interested in. The second series idea that I was pondering myself actually on the way back from work today, and a couple of people actually mentioned it too in the comments, so I was quite pleased about that, is I wanted to do a save in the MLS. And the fact is, a lot of people don't really give the MLS as much credit, and I think it'd be quite cool just because it does work in such a bizarre way with all the drafts, and it's a very different type of football. Not so much the actual football itself, but the way that the league works. So it'd be quite interesting to see us play that kind of thing. I guess the problem with that sort of a save idea is where the progression for it would go. I mean, I don't know really. Do they compete in the oh, what's it called? The Copa Libertadores? Is it that, or is it the Copa America? I forget which is the club one, which is the national team one. I don't know if the MLS teams are allowed to compete in that or not, or is it the Gold Cup? I can never remember. So I'm not really sure whether we'd be able to take that per se. But yeah, that is another idea. The next idea is one that has obviously been going around quite a bit, which is the lower league save. And when I say lower league, I mean like I'd get an extended database and we'd choose at random. I would basically put them all in a big hat and choose at random a team from either the Isthmian League, the Southern League, or the Northern League. I believe that's the correct name. You know, like Ryman. The teams the teams below Conference North and Conference South, I would pick a team from one of those leagues and we would then take them. The only problem, of course, with that at the moment is that we are already doing Portsmouth, and although Portsmouth are not exactly what I would consider a lower league side, although they are in a lower league than the top flight, to me lower league means like semi-professional and like really, you know, lower league. So I'm not sure if I would want both those series going on at the same time on the channel, because it is a little bit England orientated, and I do kind of like to keep things a bit worldwide, because after all, you know, not everyone that watches this is from the United Kingdom. I know for a fact that that ain't the case. So moving on to the next idea, which is something that a couple of people suggested, and again, and that is to do a lower league challenge in Scotland. I know that's quite similar, but there's a different kind of system the way the Scottish leagues work, and they have some absolutely wonderful team names. Until you've seen Auchinloch Talbot and Bucky Thistle and Inverurie Loco and Brora Rangers. All those amazing team names could be ours, and that's my point. So yeah, to do a lower league save in Scotland, and when I say lower league, I mean like Highland or Lowland league. So that'd be either the 5th or 6th tier of Scottish football. I forget exactly where, but there's a really, really well produced database for that, so that might be quite fun as well. And I was kind of inspired on that one from watching a documentary the other week about Gretna on Sky Sports 1, they've been doing this amazing documentary series every Sunday night. The last week's one was about Gibraltar, which was also excellent. I don't know what the one they did last night was, but that was quite... I assume that was probably quite good too, or unless they've stopped doing it. So yeah, Scotland Lower League. Next idea, where else have I got to here? Right, yeah, okay. So we've got... Next one would be my unemployment save. Now, this is something I definitely want to do. The problem with me starting this now is the simple fact that if I started an unemployment save now, because what I want to do is do one where I can turn on pretty much every league, and possibly use an extended database to allow me to turn on every single league in Europe, which would open up a lot of players, firstly, which would be amazing, because it would give us a huge amount of players to choose from, and secondly, a lot of leagues for which we can manage in. So what I would do is I'd start with the lowest possible coaching badges and all this sort of stuff, and these stats, and what I would do is I'd start off by simming it a year, or holidaying a year, because otherwise we'd end up with the same jobs at the start, and I'd rather let it go for a year and just see what kind of jobs open up then, and go from there. The problem is, I can't really do that on this computer at the moment, so if I was going to start an unemployment save, I would only be able to have a couple of the leagues on, because my laptop is fucking terrible. That is something I really want to do the moment I get a decent computer, so I've put it in here anyway, but just to warn you, if you do vote for that, like... it's not going to be great, because we're only going to be able to have 2 or 3 leagues at the very most, and I don't think it's going to be all that entertaining. I'd much rather wait, personally, but I thought I'd put it in here anyway. Right, next thing on the list. Next thing on the list, this is something I've been kind of curious about, but I'm not entirely sure whether it's a good idea or not, is the Sleeping Giants. And that basically is a giant of world football, in a sense, that has fallen on hard times. And I don't mean like Portsmouth, because Portsmouth, as much as they're a great club, were never a giant in world football. I'm talking about teams like Ajax, and by that I don't mean they've fallen on hard times domestically, I mean that they haven't won the Champions League or had any real impact in Europe for quite some time. I'm talking about sides that used to be unbelievable in European competitions, teams that were dominate, like, I'm pretty certain teams like Red Star Belgrade had some amazing teams back in, you know, sort of 30 odd years ago. I'm trying to think of some others off the top of my head, struggling a little bit on that one, but you can see what I mean. Nottingham Forest would be another one, but I really wouldn't want to do something like that with Forest, just because it's yet another English side. I'd rather, if I was going to do a save like that, be it with someone like Ajax, but probably not with Ajax, because it's too big a team. I just don't like doing saves with big sides. So yeah, that's another one. That is Sleeping Giants. Let's see, have I got any more? Yes, I've got one more idea, and that is the Scandinavia or Bust series. Now, a lot of you, well, perhaps not a lot of you, in fact, very few of you probably would have actually seen my Sweden or Bust series from FM14, where we played with IFK Göteborg in Sweden. And we won the league twice, I think, with them, and actually did okay. Which is not too much of a big challenge. The big challenge was to take them into Europe, but we never really got that much time because of FM15 coming out. So, in Scandinavia or Bust, I would take over, like, one of the, not the biggest side in one of the Scandinavian leagues, like a sort of mid-table club. First try and conquer their domestic league, and then try and take them to some European glory. And basically, maybe do it in Sweden, maybe not. Maybe try Finland, because that's a bit of an underrated league, the Veikkausliiga. Obviously not the strongest league, but it'd be nice to try and play with someone, like, not like HJK, maybe someone slightly lower down, I don't know, or maybe Norway or Denmark, or even, you know, somewhere a little bit different, who knows. But yeah, Scandinavia or Bust, that is sort of your final choice. That is all the ideas that I've been able to come up with off the top of my head. Obviously there's things like Pentagon Challenges, which again would require a lot of leagues turned on, so that's something that I'll be doing later on in the year when I have a new computer. So guys, there you go. All of these will be in the straw poll, which we'll see in the description to this video. It might well be posted with a comment as well from me, just so you guys can see it extra clear as well. So yeah, let me know any ideas for teams that you'd like to see for any of these particular saves as well. And also, if you've got any more ideas for saves, feel free to shove them in the comments for this. And you know, this isn't like the only save I'm going to be doing this year, so if you see any more ideas or things I may have missed, shove them in there. I'll happily take them into consideration if I've missed anything, which I'm sure I have, because I'm, you know, I'm only fucking human. So that'd be great. So yeah, any more ideas, jump them in there, and I will see you guys well, tomorrow you will get 2 episodes of Portsmouth, so Portsmouth will be in this slot tomorrow, as well as its usual 8 o'clock time slot, and it will be the same on Thursday. The first episode of the new series will start on Friday, probably, unless I have some kind of weird technical hiccups, but most likely you'll see the first episode on Friday night, so look forward to that, guys, and yeah, let me know what you think, and I will see you guys in another life. I did the Katy Perry thing again, didn't I? Anyway, yeah, guys, see you soon. Bye-bye.